Hello everyone and welcome to Breaking News. I'm your host Shane Joseph. Today's top story, people all around the country were caught unawares this week when they saw that $15 was missing from their bank accounts. It turns out that in their haste, when they agreed to the terms and conditions upon setting up their new phones, they agreed to pay the company $15 a week for the rest of their lives. The terms and conditions also stated that there is no way to get out of the agreement. So that just goes to show that you should always read the terms and conditions, but you won't. In other news, an Ohio man was shocked and disgruntled when he realized that he was not the only one whose idea it was to go to the theme park on a cloudy day. Quote, "I thought the overcast weather would scare people away, but apparently so did thousands of other people. This same thing happened this summer on that really hot day when I went to the movies. God, why can't people just stay home when I want to go somewhere?" Unquote. He was at the park for 8 hours and apparently only rode 2 rides because when he saw a long line, he figured he'd return later, quote, when people started leaving. This apparently didn't happen. A woman who accidentally clicked the Stocks app on her phone decided to actually look what was in there instead of immediately closing out with a grumble like everyone else ever. She reportedly found some numbers, letters, and even some little graphs in there. Quote, "It was weird," she said. "I usually only see those things in movies, but apparently they actually mean something." Unfortunately, no one else has been able to be reached for comment because the last time someone clicked on the Stocks app was in 2010. A man is absolutely convinced that he can squeeze in 6 seasons of a show before its fall return. He says, quote, "Everyone has been talking about this show, but I just never got into it. Now that it's starting next week, I decided this was the perfect time to start." He has been doing some calculations and has come to the conclusion that if he watches 17 hours a day for the next 6 days, he will be able to get it done. Quote, "I wasn't really planning on sleeping, eating, or working anyway," unquote. He admitted while putting the first disc in the DVD player, at press time he is on season 2. "Godspeed to you, sir, and whatever happened to you that you feel you need to do this, I am so sorry." A customer at a fast food restaurant in New Falls, Michigan, rejoiced when he found a lone fry in the bottom of his food bag. He said, quote, "I was on the way to throw it out when, on a whim, I decided to look in the bag. I was shocked to see that there was one more fry at the bottom. I chomped that thing down like there was no tomorrow. I am truly blessed. I'm going to church this weekend," he proclaimed as he pulled away in his 1981 Ford F-100. Well, there's always room in confession, sir. A local teen decided to express his edginess and rebellion towards society by choosing to wear a shirt depicting a man exhaling smoke to school. He said, "I just saw it at Newberry Comics and knew it was the perfect comment on society." He didn't want to expand, and I'm pretty sure it's because he can't, but I think the only thing that would have been even more rebellious is if he wore one of those Andy Warhol Marilyn Monroe shirts. That would have showed him. A man was surprised and confused when he found himself using math for the first time after college. He said, "I guess I focused so much on telling the teacher how I was never going to use this crap in real life anyway that I never really entertained the possibility that I would." The math that he's mentioning, by the way, was Googling 20% of 28 for his dinner bill. It's 5.6, by the way. Whatever, it counts. It was recently announced that the extremely controversial XFL League will be returning in 2020. For those who don't know, the XFL was a failed attempt way back in the year 2001 to serve as a sort of competition for the NFL. Anyway, the XFL is coming back, and they're now choosing to be the exact opposite of the NFL. They will have safer rules, going to extreme lengths to prevent concussions and stop performance-enhancing drugs. I'm sorry, I'm totally kidding. No, it's going to be way worse. Before we move on to our next segment, I've been asked to make this announcement. A friendly reminder from middle school basketball coaches. All black zig techs still exist. Another White House aide has left the ranks today, but not for the reasons you'd think. "We're just winning too much. President Trump said it was going to happen, and I should have listened. Man, I'm so sick of winning," he said. As it happens, we have that very advisor here today. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Matthew Hemmerlane. Come on in.
Hey, snowflakes.
Oh, my. How
you
are you?
lost.
Wow. coming on strong.
I hate this. I hate this. This PC-ness.
I know, but why did you leave the White House then?
Because I was sick of winning.
That'd be a perfect environment for you to thrive.
Healthcare, tax cuts.
Did you
we
win?
won.
Did you? Did
Yes.
you win? Explain.
Well, the healthcare. Paul Ryan loves it.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell loves it.
Okay.
And I love it.
Great, but you haven't passed it yet.
But it's because of those Democratic, socialist.
I think it's because they're
snowflakes.
They know what they're doing is why it hasn't been passed.
No, it's because they're not ready for some change. Drain the swamp, you know.
Why? This is like you're taking away healthcare from millions of people. It's not a good bill. That's why it hasn't passed.
Question. Do you like paying for other people's stuff?
It depends.
I don't.
I know you don't.
And you know what? This tax cut, I say.
The Cut Act?
Cut.
Did you just hear the story? It's not the Cut Act anymore. It's the Death Act.
Well, I love the Death Act because...
he loves the Death Act.
I do, yeah. I want more brackets, actually. I want like about 60 brackets.
Can we just move on from healthcare, please? Tax cuts.
Yes.
Hasn't happened yet either.
It's going to. It's going to pass. It's going to be great. And now I'm finally going to be all right. Because guess what? It's a troubling time these days. I went from billionaire, big B, now to an M. I'm a millionaire now. It sucks, let me tell you. I don't want to keep paying for these people's stuff. I don't want to go down to being a thousandaire.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what were the wins that you decided to leave the White House? Give me examples of what were the wins that you had that you felt like you had to leave because you were winning so much.
Sean Spicer
was a win.
He's great. Scaramucci, even better.
Scaramucci was there for 11
Sarah
days.
Huckabee Sanders, I love her too.
But how is that winning?
Jeff Sessions, he's pretty cool.
You're not giving me any examples.
Jeff Sessions.
He's really not cool, by the way.
He was Attorney General.
Pretty much the opposite of cool. Was the Attorney General?
Well, is, yeah.
Oh, are you giving me a hint?
For
Is
now,
that a hint?
For now, but I'm sure he'll stay that way.
Well, I think so too. So is that it, the winning? That's why you left?
Well,
Still give me one example of winning.
Well, I also left because, you know, it's troubling times, you know.
Yeah, I know.
It's troubling. I just don't want to be too close to the White House when it blows up, you know, because Rocket Man is getting a little too trigger happy.
I can't. Can you go, please? I'm actually gonna have to ask you to leave.
But I haven't gotten to my segment yet.
What's your segment?
It's about talking about all these Democratic liberals who think they know everything. And they're promoting this agenda.
Okay, thank you, Matthew Hammerline. Matthew Hammerline, everybody. Thank you very much. This has been Breaking News. I'm your host, Shane Joseph. Stay tuned.